Today the temperature outside is around -2, so I just started the truck the usual way, and I just let it warm for about 5 to 10 minutes. And by now we have been driving about 30 to 40 minutes. The cabin is actually very warm. I'm sweating, but I'm just too lazy to take off my jacket. But all in all, it's just a great weather to go outside, see the nature a bit, and enjoy driving this Soviet era beast. So driving at low speeds right now, it's actually quite comfortable. We're currently traveling at about maybe 5 kilometers an hour or so on a forest track. This is okay, but when you get onto these better roads and the speeds go over 30 or 40 kilometers an hour and the truck has been standing for a long time, then you get a lot of rattling in the cabin. You will be jumping around like this all the time. But on the forest tracks, it's just great. About the fuel consumption, I believe it should be around 40 liters to 100 kilometers or something like that. But when driving on these forest roads at low speeds, it's probably much higher. But I have never calculated how much fuel it's actually consuming. truck is it has power steering. The older Sills do not have it, but this one has it. Without power steering, driving this truck around on these roads wouldn't be very nice. I have heard that many of the trucks that don't have power steering, and when you're driving on these forest tracks, when you put your thumb on the wheel like this, you can actually easily just break your thumb, because it will throw the wheel around like, and your thumb breaks. So this is something to think about when you're driving these older trucks. So usually what you should do is just keep your hand on the wheel like this, so you wouldn't be able to hurt your thumb even if anything happened to the steering wheel. What can happen when it's slippery outside. Currently we are driving only with the rear wheels. So over here you have a switch, and when you flip that switch, it uses vacuum to actually engage the front wheels as well. So let's try again. That was a good example of how easily you can actually get stuck in the winter. There is not that much snow here, but when you're driving around it gets very slippery. But luckily this you can easily engage all the wheels, and then you can easily get out of the ditch. Now if this truck was just a frame and didn't have anything in the back, the situation could have been much worse. Thanks to the weight in the back, it puts more load on the rear tires and it gives them more grip. But of course, why the front tires usually help so much is just because the front of the truck is much heavier. You have the engine, the gearbox, the cabin, and everything is mostly on the front axle. Now another system on these trucks is actually you can lower the pressure in the tires. But this system needs you to get out of the truck. You have to do some messing around near the wheels, and then you can lower the tire pressure. But that usually takes a lot of time, and currently we didn't have to do that. The second option when you're getting stuck is actually you can just use the winch. But the winch is also mechanical, it's quite heavy, and if you're not that stuck, it's usually just easier to try to get out on your own without any extra help. in the comments. And in the future I'm planning to post other videos about